Joseph Raymond, Lucero, Chavez, heavily tattooed kid, Gridiron Gang.
Yes, y'all. It's your boy Jade Scott Yorker, Gridiron Gang, Willie Weathers, let's go, 88. Shout out to Taboo's Comics and Kicks. We outside, y'all.
Welcome, everybody, to another exciting edition of Taboo's Comics and Kicks. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. I keep hearing that. Genuine gratitude. My guests today are so humble because when they walked in, they talked about blessings. They talked about gratitude. They talked about just the opportunities to just be grateful for all the blessings that have occurred to these men. One of them is as an actor. He's been on The Cosby Show. Credits like He Got Game, Young Jesus, but we all know him for the Gridiron Gang. The other man, I mean, his testament to being a father, to being an actor, an advocate from San Diego. My brother's done freaking Gridiron Gang. He's been on the Mayans MC, and he's done a lot of work. I'm just proud because I got to know these guys as friends. We all share this common goal of wanting to do better, become better versions of ourselves. But ultimately, I'm just honored to have these two gentlemen here. The two men I'm talking about is, first of all, give it up for Joseph Raymond Lucero and Jade Scott Yorker. Let's go.
Hey. That's one of the illest introductions I ever had.
Jade Scott Yorker.
From the man
Joseph
himself.
Raymond Lucero. Gratitude. And you kept saying it. And I really love that because you get to meet people that, you know, are peers in the music industry and acting and film, television. But to hear your first words of gratitude, like that means a lot to me. Same with you, man. Like when you walked in and you were just like a joy to be around and just the energy of like positivity and optimism. Where does that come from for both of you?
Straight from the heart. You know, it's love, you know. It's just all about love, you know what I'm saying? You just want to show love and, you know what I mean? Appreciate it back. That's it, you know what I'm saying? Just all around, you know what I mean? Blessings, like, you know.
I love that.
All we want to see is good, right?
Yeah, I love that. You know, you've done so many great things in your life as an actor, but also just as a person that is now carrying on this new venture with your. It's a restaurant or.
Yeah, pop-up food, catering, yes. Mm-hmm.
So giving back with the culinary tip, right?
Yeah. You know, in between gigs, you know, what else to do? I gotta, you know, get outside, be in front of the people, right there on Broadway, right on one of the main strips. You know what I'm saying? Come catch us if you can. You know,
I'm gonna follow you right now.
You know, just out there having fun. Make wings, tenders, fish, shrimp, crab legs, crab cakes.
You didn't think to bring
smash burgers, deep fried Oreo. I ain't know what y'all was doing. Holla at me on catering.
I like that.
I would take a deep fried Oreo.
Yep. That's dope, man.
But you know, in between, you know, hey, till we get busy again, let's go.
That's dope.
Oh yeah.
And then my brother right here, you know, I follow your career, but I also like share a common friend with Emilio. And one of the things you said is that you guys bonded as fathers. Before we get into acting and before we get into your professional career, let's talk about you as an individual when it comes to parenting and what that really means to you. Because it's an important topic for me too, because I am proud to be a husband and a father.
You know, I mean, there's not a word that can really express it, right? Mm-hmm. It's like gratitude comes in. Just yesterday, as great as I think I am doing as a father, like my daughter will remind me how not so good I'm doing, right?
Exactly.
But those are the moments where it allows me to know that I'm so loved by her that she feels comfortable to tear me down, love me. All the emotions that a young, at her age, 17 woman is going through, right? But me, it teaches me so much. Because I'm like, I want to bark back, like, roar, like, no. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, it humbles me, right? But I'm just giving that example because like that's the most freshest thing. And it's not the best story that we went to Disneyland or we did this amazing thing, but it's teaching me that I'm actually wanted by something that I'm helped create, right?
Exactly.
Gratitude again, but being a dad is just like, there's not a word that expresses it. So it's only like certain situations, good or bad, it all comes together, I believe, as being a pop, right?
Are you one daughter?
Boys? I got two daughters. My son is 27.
Okay.
My daughter, Brooklyn, is 18 or 17. She'll be 18. And then my youngest, Evelyn, is 11.
Nice. I have
Yeah.
three boys. Josh is 33. Jimmy Jalen is 16, gonna be 17. Journey is 14, 3 boys, and then my only daughter is Jet. She's 10.
Right.
And it resonates with me because being a girl dad, you know, having the love for all my kids is important, but being a girl dad, even more so, because when I battled cancer, they said I wasn't going to be able to have any more children. And my daughter Jet was my miracle baby. So the connection I have with my daughter is so on another frequency because she wasn't supposed to be. But, you know, miracles are valid. They're valuable. And I value that relationship with my daughter. And, you know, just the other day when I was on the plane with her, I was watching Gridiron.
That's how important you are, is that you were spared because you had unfinished business here on earth.
Yes, sir.
That's dope.
Yep.
That's
I got
dope.
more story to tell.
Amen.
Yep.
Amen. Oh, yeah.
And, you know, we were sharing a moment, but it was cool because I was watching you guys' film and she was intuitive. Like, what are you watching, Dad? And I told her. She loves the fact that I can share what I'm doing, like my show, Taboo's Comics and Kicks. And she's intuitive. She wants to know, like, what goes along, who are the guests I'm having. She always says, Dad, can you get Cat's Eye on your show? She always wants Cat's Eye on the show. I'm like, I don't know if they make movies, but it's funny. You got kids?
Yeah.
How many kids you
I
got?
was wondering how you spell jet. Because I have a jet.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have a T, 2 T's?
Yep.
Me as well.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Great minds, huh?
Yep. How many kids?
I got 6.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah,
you've been busy. You've been busy.
He been busy,
Movies,
bro. He been
got
busy.
caterings, got another business. Yep.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a lot we want to do.
That's dope.
I think, you know.
He's a great father,
I know for
too,
myself, I got a lot I want to accomplish, a lot I
Mhm.
want to do, you know, so. Or they say like in the video games and stuff in sports, you got a motor. I got a motor.
That's dope.
Mm.
And we saw that firsthand with Gridiron freaking Gang.
Yeah.
That motor, Willie. If you guys don't know, Willie was, for me, it was a compelling character because he went through a traumatic experience seeing his boy. Was it his boy or his cousin?
Cousin, yes.
Cousin. His cousin got shot.
Mhm.
That's how the movie started.
That's how it started. He gets shot. Then he gets caught up with, you know, he goes home, has this moment with his mom and his little brother, and mom's, you know, physically abused by, I guess, stepdad, mom's boyfriend. Willie takes it upon his own hands to take this guy out, gets sent to you know, the facility. Has so much potential because he's fast, but he's also smart, intelligent, street smart, but he has a chip on his shoulder. I want to know what it's like firsthand because I know I was shedding tears. I was crying like a baby watching it. And it was emotional. It was joy. It was like inspiring because I'm a kid from the neighborhoods too. So I saw people that I grew up with in those characters. I saw myself, if I didn't choose music and breaking and being a B-boy, I probably would have been in the facility as well because I didn't have guidance. But ultimately, music, hip hop, breaking, it is shaped and molded my life. So I want to celebrate you guys because you guys are here honoring this beautiful history. You guys have so many credits that you've done after that. But let's get a round of applause for this amazing film being over 20 years, celebrating that.
I mean, I think you guys have to understand too, like, not a lot of movies get celebrated 20 years later.
Fact.
Most of them getting forgotten about.
Mhm.
And the fact that you guys can still talk about and celebrate your roles in this film 20 years after the fact. Joseph, what does that mean to you personally? Like, looking back at coming out of prison, right? Maybe tee up a little bit of your story about how you kind of got this role in this movie, because I think that's really inspiring, especially to a lot of kids who feel like they have no hope.
Yeah.
I just did 6 years in prison. I came home April 8th, 2003. And I had just shifted my train of thought and my dedication and my loyalties to being a dad, which I didn't really know how to be. I had no idea. There was no guidance. There was a small guidance from my stepfather because he actually was the real dad too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I was too broken, angry to even allow that to blossom what it could have been, right?
Yeah.
Gang streets, that's where I found it, blah, blah. When I came home from prison, I went to Homeboy Industries, and that's how Sarah Finn killer found us when she came in. And it was amazing. I mean, you're talking about they wanted a couple guys from the neighborhood. Father Greg was like, Joey Ray, this is your expertise. Talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Spoke to him, ended up going to Sony for an open audition. And I had about 8 guys with me, man, that were real deal. Like they were young gangsters. Great, beautiful souls, but the world doesn't get to see that part. You know what I mean? Like they only get to see the negative actions that take place sometimes. Long story short, there was about 300 open casted people for Gridiron Gang, and they were in bandanas. They didn't look like the real deal, but they were all for the part. Yep. And I couldn't leave these guys here, so I ended up staying because it was my day off. About 9 hours into it, Phil Jean, the director, was like, "You want to be a part of a movie?" And I just remember being like, saying to myself, "It's the stupidest thing." Fuck yeah. Like, hell yeah, I want to be a part of a movie. Like, and he was like, "You have a problem shaving your mustache?" And I was like, "Nah." He was like, "Show up on Monday." And so I was already driving these youngsters because 4 of them got picked.
Yeah.
And so we were going to start in Malibu at Camp Kilpatrick. It was still a working facility. They still had young juvenile inmates there. And that was like the beginning. So coming from prison, changing my life, a new course. I was still in the beginning of even having a job, what that felt like, what being responsible, going to sleep early the night before in order to get. I didn't know any of that shit. That wasn't taught to me, bro. I was raised in the system, juvenile hall to California Youth Authority to prison. So this was all new, and I was learning that. Then to get this fucking beyond blessing, dog, in Hollywood, Gridiron Gang, and that was just background.
Yeah.
3 weeks into that, Mike Rackmill, Neil Moritz, Jeff McGuire, and The Rock pulled me to the side. And they're like, "You know what continuity was?" I was like, "I have no idea." I thought one of my kids that I was bringing might have stole something or fought somebody, right? No, it's hey, it is what it is. Right. We do, because that's all we know, right? No excuse. But if you need to understand it, truly understand it, and entwine it with the lifestyle, right?
Yep.
And they were like, "No, basically continuity is the same thing we have to establish, but it's 3 months go by, but we're telling a story of 2 hours." I was like, "All right." They were like, "Well, you stand out because you are the real deal. You come from this lifestyle." I was healthy. I'm all tatted up. So I was like, hell yeah. And then we're running football plays. Football, that was my dream, bro. I had 2 dreams. Work at the San Diego Zoo or play professional football, even though I went all the way left with gangs, right?
Wait, the zoo?
The zoo, bro. I'm an animal lover. It was unconditional love. It was the only thing that I knew as unconditional love as a kid. That's the only thing I identify with still to this day.
You wanted to feed the tigers?
Animals. Animals, like, bro, my favorite animal was the white tiger, actually. Because I remember they used to be endangered when I was a kid. So they were always, and I just loved them. I never ever went to the circus, but you always see him on the circus. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked.
That's a fun fact, though. You guys didn't know that he was into animals. That's pretty dope, bro. Like, to go from, the hard exterior that you present on film, and, literally maybe you went through that, but to have a love for animals, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful sentiment. Continue.
Man, no, it's still to this day. I got a cat named Dice. He's black and white. He's gangsters.
A little smaller than the tiger cat, but
bro,
still a cat.
He's feline. I've always had dogs, right?
Yeah.
But this cat is like, when I walk in, he meow. Like he talks to me. I'd be like, meow.
What's
like
up,
we be talking. It's the dope, but it's 2 years of consistently being in. It's an animal, but it might as well be my kid because we sleep together. Like the cat, it's a trip. Anyways, I'm getting left, but unconditional love, bro. Through that, like I could push that cat away. Like, what the hell are you doing? Don't make it a mess. And it's lick your face and purrs and like that's like fuck. It humbles you, right? That's what the spirit needs when for me, I get too cocky sometimes or angry per se, right? Has nothing to do with what I'm angry about. But back to Gridiron Gang. So Mike Rackmill, Neil Moritz, The Rock, and Jeff McGuire asked me what continuity was, and I had no idea. I was like stumped. I was like, no, I don't. So they broke it down. Long story short, he says, well, we either got to reshoot 3 weeks of film, which The Rock I got to know is a straight clown, right? And he was like, you're not worth that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't reshooting that. I came back in Monday and they said I was Chavez, the heavily tattooed kid. And Neil Moritz, Mike Rackmill, both, they said, well, Taft Hartley, you. I had no idea what any of that meant. That shit was like gibberish. You might as well have been talking another language to me.
Mhm.
But realized I became part of SAG. There was no SAG after. It was just SAG at the time. And man, it just changed my life. Like somebody finally in my heart, like I didn't feel I was worthy enough. I got Jade Yorker, I got The Rock, I got Xzibit, like Dunn, Rippy, Leon Rippy, Omari Hardwick was starting his. Like I was like, dude, like I just came from prison. I don't deserve this. Like I'm not worthy of this. Like I'm a fuck up. Like you don't ever give me these types
Like
of
imposter
blessings.
syndrome. That's
Yeah,
what you
bro.
feel?
And I didn't even know what that would have meant, right? But now I'm like, oh shit.
Mhm.
Like it makes sense because that's what I was feeling.
Yeah.
And that part changed my life. They cut out all my parts, like my speaking parts, but I still got the main hit that gets us the ball back so Willie can win the game. Right? Sorry to give you spoilers, but that's like the worthiness was like first time somebody wanted me a part of something rather than trying to exclude me because I'm a fuck up, because I did something to piss you off, or maybe I put ripples in the water. So it was beautiful, man. It was very huge. And to be here with you guys, to be here with Willie, I mean, Jade, we've become friends over the last 20 years, solid family.
Did you get triggered being back in the facility because you had just come out of a facility?
I did. That scene, the opening scene where it's me, Jade, it's Jade's trip from juvenile hall to the camp. That triggered me because that was a real van. It was real lockup, right? They had it shackled up. Like, so this was the first time ever me doing it in a make-believe aspect with realism, right? I was fresh out of prison, bro. So, but I'm getting paid to do this. It was the most beautiful thing, but it triggered the shit out of me. Great question.
Yeah.
Like, it literally, like, I had anxiety. Like, I didn't know what anxiety was. I used to think I was always having a heart attack. Because it'd be like, dude, I had no idea what anxiety was.
Like a panic attack.
Panic attack.
Yep.
That's what they would tell me. I'd be like, nah, this ain't no panic attack. My heart's gonna explode. They're like, you're healthy. But I didn't know, right? But anyways, it did trigger me because it was a lockup facility. And there was a lot of them youngsters there, man. They were some good youngsters, man. And I was going home every day and coming back. That had never been the feeling to me. It was always watching other people go in and out, right? So there's a trip, like maybe a little bit of guilt because I'm going home, and I would talk to these youngsters all the time, every day, because they were no different than me. I was just there, bro.
Yeah.
Not as a juvenile, as an adult.
And dealing with the trauma of being on the other end, but now finding healing in this art form of acting.
Oh yeah, fresh in it at that point. And I wasn't even doing what he was already bringing to life.
Yep.
Because I didn't know that part of it, but that's what allowed me to jump in to Meisner and to really learn the craft and to be vulnerable and open-minded and just jump in. I made myself this way because I lived a certain lifestyle, so I wanted you to know who the fuck I was when you walked in the door. Not that the external makes you tough, but I'm saying there's a uniform with that, right?
Yeah.
With all due respect. And I was already walking away from that to become an actor, which you get typecasted, they say, right? But that's work. You're working, you're doing what you love. It's not a bad thing. They make it seem like it's bad.
Yeah.
But now tattoos are so sociably acceptable. They're allowing individuals that externally look like me to the opportunity to show you a craft from inner.
Yeah.
Show you vulnerability, show you sadness, happiness, not always angry, killing a motherfucker and selling dope.
Yeah.
And that's dope, bro. Like, that's awesome to be a part of that.
I want to say one more thing before we jump in with Jade. Representation for me has always been a thing. To see brown, black, Samoan represented on the big screen, for me that was powerful. And it wasn't. Yes, it was a facility, but you guys were heroes playing football. It wasn't about only shoot 'em up or drive-bys. It was about how we can overcome those traumas and learn from our mistakes and the trials and tribulations, and how we can use organized sports and freaking the camaraderie and the team concept to be able to better ourselves.
Yeah. No, for sure. It was like that one scene where he wanted you guys to spell Mustangs. That scene cracked me the fuck up.
For sure.
Because you guys couldn't spell it.
Yeah.
It was like the beginning of the movie, right?
It was.
When you guys first get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at
Those
the
are
end,
the scenes that I got the part in, busting those scenes, because we were out there doing jumping jacks, doing bear crawls. Like we were actually really doing it, bro.
Doing it.
Yeah, and which makes it real. You
Pulling
capture
hamstrings.
You capture you capture truth.
You hurt your hamstring
on camera.
Pulling hammies. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, now that you give us your journey, how like you got the role and kind of take us through the same.
I was in
process.
between gigs, kind of like I am now, you know, just kind of sifting through scripts, and then one landed on me. And then, you know, when you see the names attached, you say, okay, all right, you know, this is gonna be seen. This one isn't gonna miss. You know what I'm saying? The big stage, so it's a big opportunity. So I got into the script, and then it was just like straight through the temple, like like the whole moment of like, you know what I'm saying, like something here. This is it. Something here. Something special. And I just carried that with me, you know, through the next days. Auditioned in New York, put on tape. Got a call to come to California, you know, but it stayed with me. You know, it was maybe a month after the audition, you know, so I didn't know if anything, but I'm still walking around carrying the literature, the demeanor, the mindset of the character. So by the time I got the call to come to California, it was like another moment. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just walked the walk and showed up and did what I do. You know what I'm saying? I've been acting since 11. So, yeah, Willie got a chip.
Definitely.
The actor does as well.
Yeah.
But rightfully so. I done worked with who I worked with and had the experience I've had. And, you know, feel like I got much more to bring.
Let's not gloss over what he just said, because it's important to give this man his flowers. He said, I've worked with some folks in a very modest and humble way, which I appreciate. The man's worked with Denzel Washington. The man's been on The Cosby Show with all those amazing actors and actresses. I mean, and then going back into working with The Rock. Like, The Rock ascended to another freaking level, bro.
Adrian Brody.
You know what I mean?
He
Adrian
just
Brody.
passed off his, where he had 2 Academy Award winners. I moved with him, just passed it off to Michael B.
Michael B. Jordan.
Worked with,
Yep.
both from Jersey.
Yeah. So for me, like those moments of camaraderie speaks to you as a person, but also to your character, Willie. There was a moment in the scene that moved me the most when The Rock's like, y'all ain't gonna get no water until blah, blah, blah. And Willie's like sitting down. The Rock's like, yo, you get up, right? Something like that. Willie's like, not until we get water. And you were the first one to sit, right? And then everybody else started sitting. And The Rock says, okay, I like this because now you guys are a team. You're doing something together. And that was the first moment of camaraderie and showing that support. I want to know what that was like being on set, like with all those actors and actresses. I mean, actors and actors, because Danielle was your love interest.
Mm-hmm.
What did that make you feel like when you coming from where you came from and now having to be in this space on a facility?
Honestly, it was a lot of fun with the relations that I had, you know what I mean? People like Joey and stuff. And, but really, honestly, when it came to set, it was work. It was like, I'm so used to work. Like, it's like work to me, but it's fun, but it's like, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like, it's normal to, I guess, like an athlete who's coming in preparing for a game. It's like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of simplified to me in that way. If that makes sense. But like just to make the magic is the best part, you know what I'm saying? When everything's quiet and they're like action and you doing it, it's just the best, like heaven on earth.
And you played football before? Like you were an athlete?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, so going into...
I played up until high school. I honestly got to high school, was like, I'm about 100 pounds, and I don't think I'm smart for me to play football at this stage. And I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I ended up playing different sports and stuff, and I'm glad I didn't, because they was moving fast and they was big, and I wouldn't beat. I probably got crunched up under there somewhere.
Yeah.
But Eventually, you know what I mean? It's the inevitable
boy.
happens, you know what I mean? So, but I was really good before then, you know. I was doing a lot of touchdowns and stuff. So when it came to the plays and everything, I was like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Moment.
This way, you know what I mean? Pitch, easy, let's go.
Yeah.
And we even played football. We even played pickup football and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I'd still
like-
love to do it, my crazy behind.
Yeah, oh yeah. Basketball
But-
too. He was doing a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
who'd you guys connect with the most on set? Like actors, like Xzibit or The Rock?
Both really. I mean, X, good dude, man. It was his first. He had that one. I think he had another one with was it Jennifer Aniston? But Xzibit was for him, it was more of a music thing. For me, growing up with that West Coast, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Dre put you on, and like, that was my, like, those are my fucking, like, Barry Sanders and Randall Cunningham. Those are my top guys, right? In hip hop at that time. So to be with X was a different feel. And then with Dwayne was like, he's a clown, bro. Like, that dude is like one of the fellas, brother. Like, he makes you feel a part of it, like as if you've known him. That was huge for me because, again, I'm not feeling worthy to be here, bro. You're the number one, fucking giving me dats, right? It's humbling, dog. But that's who I clicked with the most. This dude is family, brother. Like, family. Like, knows my brothers, knows my mom, knows my kids. Like, we've over 20 years, like, the shit that you would never think of has happened. And that's like, those are the jewels, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you think you know what you want or who you want to be friends with, but then the truth, when it's met, they connect, and that shit lasts as long as it's willing to stay.
It's powerful.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
dope.
a brotherhood that went off the freaking football field, beyond the football field. I love that because you get to be able to see who the real people are in your life. And sometimes when you work together, you build this beautiful bond, but then people go and live their lives. So it's good to see that you guys have continued working on that, you know. I know we have other films that you guys have done and other television shows, but I want to stay here because there's so much about the movie that I want to ask, because it really put me into a space of appreciating the storytelling. When you guys read the script, what was that like? I know you came in kind of
Came in post.
post. When you saw the script and you're like, yo, this is a dope story. Besides the people that were attached, why did you choose to be part of this?
Shout out to Jeff McGuire. He wrote the script. It was just one of them ones, like, you could feel it. It was authentic. I could relate to the characters, and you just kind of one of them things. I know you're in the music, so probably when you hear a beat, when you hear the right beat, when that thing start kicking, you start moving, you just know it right away. It is one of them things.
I would say
Special.
just to add to what you're saying, the only song that we didn't know was going to be as big as it was I Got a Feeling. And it's funny that you guys, people are like, what? But when we first did I Got a Feeling and we performed it at Wango Tango, like a Kiss FM show, people are not feeling it. They're just like, and it was the first time us performing that song. Sometimes when you perform the record, you're like, yo, like when we first performed Where's the Love, people are like, oh, wow, this is great. But I Got a Feeling didn't come off as much as we thought it was going to be. Like, we didn't expect it to be such a huge monster as it is now. So it's funny that you say that because, you know, sometimes the songs that you may not think are going to be huge become the one.
Yeah.
Another record that we didn't think was going to be that big was Boom Boom Pow. Because all we're doing is boom, boom, boom. Got to get that boom, boom, boom. There's no hook. It's that is the hook.
Yeah, but that's like,
you know what I mean?
Beats on the table.
So the beat, the 808 beats and all that stuff, it brought some powerful, you know, good medicine to the world that people gravitated to that record. What are you guys listening to? I want to know about like what music drives you and what makes you feel.
A little bit of everything. Depends on the moment, the mood, right? So a little bit of everything. I go and listen to songs like from like Lil Peep. Shout out to Lil Peep. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people got different special things, special songs, music to me. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
So Lil Peep, what else? that people wouldn't expect?
System of a Down.
Dope.
Been listening to them for the longest.
I read that in a minute.
Johnny Cash.
Wow.
Did I even listen to what Frank Sinatra?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? What is it? I Did It My Way.
Yeah, it's a classic.
That's one of the dopest songs. You
Classic.
sit back as a boss and say, you know what?
I did it my way. Yep.
Did it my way.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's moments I have like that, you know, maybe not all the time, but you know.
Yeah.
So different music, different times, R&B, different, you know,
Different eras.
hip hop, of course, like the, you know, different ways, you know. Different. There's a lot of
Dope.
different stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, man. Music's life, bro. Depends on the mood, depends on the day,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I know you like the West Coast sound, so we
Love
talked
the
about
West
Dre.
Coast. I love West Coast knock. Like I love the beats, but I was an East Coast lyricist. Like
Mhm.
I
Nas,
the way they were, yo man, Nas, AZ. I mean,
Rakim.
Rock. Yeah, that's
The
without
GOAT,
question,
yeah.
bro. That's, you know, and then you take King T back to our days, to Xzibit, Alcoholics. I mean, there's so many West Coasters. Be real, like, I mean, you guys, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Come on,
Appreciate
man.
you.
Like you guys, you're talking about took it to a next level that for a kid from the hood,
Mm-hmm.
East LA,
Yep.
projects, like how the fuck did, like, you were on every show, that was like amazing without even speaking about it, right? And that's just truth. So that's part of am I worthy to be here? Even though I know I am, right? But I'm sitting amongst two dudes that are real, that had blessings, that live in gratitude.
Yeah.
And then you understand, for me, it's like, oh, that's why I'm here. Because I'm on the same wavelength. I'm
Right.
giving the same shit up. And you receive so much by giving it away because it ain't ours.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just not, and I'm, again, I want to say I'm not worthy to even say ours because I'm in that same sentence.
Mhm.
But it's fucking dope, bro.
Yeah.
It's dope. But music wise, bro, I mean, from Bob Marley to, I mean, my favorite song of all time, homie, is Gregory Abbott's "Shake You Down." Like that brings me back to childhood.
Oh, yeah, that's a great record.
Man, I can go through Pac, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
prolific, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, even from the streets, you know the dude is not a gangster, but you know he's a real one, right?
Mhm.
Real, like, vulnerable. No men were vulnerable on wax, bro.
That's his favorite. Pac.
Like, that was like, you weren't, like, he showed a different vulnerability.
Mhm.
It was like, it's 50 when 50 came, bro. It was something about 50, right? And he wasn't the super lyricist, but it was his hooks.
Yeah.
His hooks were just monster, bro. I love hooks. It's like that melodic, homie, flow with some fucking G-ass
It was.
16s. Like, that was my, like, I almost wish that he didn't really, I'm not even gonna say it. I don't know, because it's a good podcast, but but you know what I'm saying? You almost wish other careers didn't connect with certain careers because you love all the music, right?
Of course.
But it's like, damn, you kill one career, and it's like, those hooks were dope too.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah.
music wise is love. I can get into Metallica, some Iron Maiden. Like, I've been blessed to the Doobie Brothers, like Santana.
Yep.
My
I
mom grew
was
up,
just
Tears for
telling
Fears, Tears for
Somebody,
Fears.
because so Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis did that record with Tony Robbins to feed 100 billion people,
Right.
or whatever
Uh-huh.
that was. And so I'm standing there with Jam and Tank, and we're talking, and Michael McDonald walks up with
Oof.
Taylor Dane. And I was like,
Classic.
dude, you don't know me, but I'm such a big fan. I gotta
Hell
get
yeah.
this
I mean-
picture, brother. We gotta get a picture in real quick.
Besides his solo
Yeah.
stuff and besides Doobie Brothers, he's written such classic
Dude, he's
records.
Yes.
he's a
Patty
true
LaBelle.
legend.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
wrote for Patty LaBelle. He wrote for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he did,
Doobie's with Santana right now. That's why I'm
Yeah.
I'm going taking moms there in
That's dope.
August. In
Love
August.
that.
Oh, bro. Hey, shout out to Andy Vargas. For,
Yeah.
I
Shout
want
out
to
to
jump
Andy.
back to the movie though.
Yeah.
I want to celebrate these
Yeah.
20 years. I want to jump into some of the scenes.
go ahead.
Like you had the major scene at the end, but you had a few moments throughout because you were the lead, right? One of the leads. What was your favorite scene that you got to shoot and why?
Probably the shooting scene
Mm.
with moms. Why? It was just such a raw.
walk through the scene and then like kind of walk us through it and what impacted you.
Well, I come to the trailer and got my cup of Joe, and it's you know, the beautiful mother who played Craig's mother in the movie. She's playing my mom. This has got to be nice. You know what I mean? So but it was cool though. You know, she kicked it with me. She gave me a book, and it was all, you know, super cool. But getting into the scene, you know, I just know what was happening. So I don't know, bro. I just be blacking out, bro. I just like when they say action, it's under control, but it's like until they say cut. So just to relive something so raw and so like it's just real heart. It just hit the heart. So
That's pretty powerful. I heard other actors say that, you know, and I commend you for that. The fact that he said I black out after I go into that
Action.
zone.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that on stage as well. Like
Do you?
when I'm on stage in front of whatever 100,000 people, I don't see everybody, but I see certain people
it's a
because I'm
dance.
so in that vortex of just energy and higher frequency and just like singing the songs, but also like tapping into what's going on in the audience. Is the person in the front getting squashed to make sure that everybody's okay? Because that's my job as an MC, is to make sure everybody's having a good time. But if somebody's getting squashed, I'm gonna stop my band and I'm gonna be like, yo, hold on. Wait, let's take care of that person right there because they're getting squashed, right?
Yeah.
But I black out enough, like what you said, because it's like you're tapping into this frequency of like, I'm becoming Willie. I'm no longer Jade. I'm becoming Willie. So in the scene, I'm gonna go through so many emotions, seeing my mom, and then seeing my mom like be beat up, what that felt like, seeing your little brother. And then your step pops comes and he's like trying to punk you and you're trying to stand up for your moms. And then you do the ultimate freaking thing, pull out a gun and shoot him. What's going on in your head? Like, yo, if this was me in reality, what am I feeling? I think that is important for people to know, that the blackout moment is that just that energy of like, once I do the scene, I'm done. Because I'm exhausting this energy.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're too much in your head or outside of yourself thinking about it, like if I don't believe it, how am I gonna expect anybody to believe it?
Yeah.
So I kind of just tap in like that, where I'm like, you know what I mean? Could almost believe it myself. It's like, all right, cut. And I'm like,
Yep.
I think my favorite scene, outside of like what people would obviously think, is the love story that's embedded in this movie with you and Danielle. Like when the rock goes down to see, was it the cleaners or something?
Yeah, the dad, he hands him the note. The
Yeah.
dad's like, I don't want no prison gang member, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, he's changed. You would be proud of the person that he's becoming. And Danielle's listening.
Yeah. How much chemistry did you guys have to figure out how to have on camera? Because you're playing this.
well, me and Journey was cool because we had worked on the Cosby Show way back when. So when they showed me a picture, how you think about that, I was like, oh yeah, that's she cool. Then, you know, next thing you know, she was on set. It was regular. Like I knew her whole family, so it was already kind of cool chemistry, you know. And it was all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite moment with The Rock in the movie?
The favorite moment with The Rock? Let me think. In the movie, I mean, it was all cool. It was all good. It was all fun, you know. It was all fun. I mean, the movie itself, you know what I mean, is a moment. It's a big moment. It was good.
What
You know,
about
it's
when
good
you
to be
was
a
hit
part of.
with, when you was
Huh?
when you was going at it with The Rock that day?
Oh, I forgot about that one.
And Tana White, shout out to Rock's his stuntman and
His
standard.
cousin, right?
Yeah, his
Yeah.
cousin too.
I forgot
dudes,
about that
good dudes.
day.
So
Huh?
Joey, give us the scoop.
No,
What
bro, that
happened?
was it. It was hot as hell that day, dude. There was a lot of
Energy.
there was a lot of energy. There was a lot.
Somebody-
No, it was dope to see because I never seen The Rock in that. He was full blown WWF. I don't know if I can say WWF
Yeah, because
anymore.
he
but
wasn't a movie star yet.
no, he was in it, but he wasn't what we know him as today.
Jumanji.
Yeah,
No,
wasn't,
yeah,
you
no,
know.
but he was.
It was definitely WWF.
Bro, and
before
it was,
WWE.
and the football player, the Miami, like it came out. You
Hurricane.
seen it, and it was dope because it was live.
Oh, and he had the pads on.
Yeah, bro. And then his jersey, fucking like what? Like shit was. it was beautiful to be able to watch, and then to talk 20 years later about the shit with. You know what I'm saying? Like right
so,
now,
so
it's,
that was like an off-camera thing that
no,
translated.
it was on camera, but there was a lot of off camera too, bro. You know what I'm saying? This fool be talking shit.
Whoa,
so
whoa,
does
whoa.
The Rock. Great energy.
He ain't
Great
gonna give us a
energy.
scoop. We can tell, so you got to give it to us. What
Oh
happened?
no, but it's not in a bad. It's dope,
No, I know,
like
but we
right.
wanna
But it's
hear
the
it.
good. It's
Yeah.
the good fucking. Like he says, when he locked in, he was Willie Weathers.
Yeah.
So what he represented was there's no fucking. I don't give a fuck authority. The fuck is that?
Yeah.
And he played that shit so to be able to be the background and to watch it,
Mhm.
we are believing it because he believes it, right? And The Rock, he's a master shit talker, bro. He's a good dude, bro. From what I've seen, the beautiful fucking soul, and he knows how to trigger that and was a professional, dog. And they fucking connected, homie. Bro, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, bro. It was like fucking big brother and little brother. Like, that's what it was. It was like a bickering. It was like a little ass fucking, excuse me for saying this, y'all got love.
Yeah,
a little chihuahua and a fucking like a Rottweiler, bro.
Yeah.
But it was like the chihuahua and the Rottweiler are friends, right? But when it comes eating time, like, motherfucker, back up. All right, well, fuck you. Like, beautiful, but beautiful to watch. And then that's why it became what it became on screen, like in the movie. Like, and that, it's. But anyways, that was one of my good parts, because in the daytime they went at it, like, and then a couple of times they fucking really, really cracked, right? It was actually him and Dwayne. They really hit, right? And it's hilarious. The same way he says right now, he's like, I'm 100 pounds. That's why I stopped playing football, because these motherfuckers is big. 20 years ago, he's telling The Rock that shit too, homie. I'm like fucking, which is dope, because you get the realness, and then as you were saying, you black out on stage. And you make sure that people are safe. That was dope to hear, right? But that's not necessarily blacking out. I think that's what being a professional is. But they didn't look at our arts as it's professional, it's entertainment, right? But that's being a professional in the moment to secure somebody else's security and well-being. That's him becoming that, but in a safe environment, and then sharing that professionalism in the moment, bro. Especially these characters, because these characters in real life, it's infinite, motherfucker. It's life and death, right? Yep. Like, so you don't get to push pause or cut, right? So to be able to have that energy still be live, bro, fire.
Yeah, it's like how do you turn that off, right? Like, so after the freaking they say cut, you're still Willie mode. How do you decompress from that? Does it take you, like, after you do a movie, how long does it take you to like step away from Willie energy?
Honestly, after the cut is right away.
Oh, it is? For you? Yeah.
Yeah, for me it is. I gotta shut it down.
Because I interviewed Columbus Short, and he mentioned it to us. He did Cadillac Records, that movie, and he was Muddy Waters, and he had to become that that muddy Waters, like, just became this person.
Yeah.
And he said he couldn't. He smoked cigarettes and he was like drinking because he had to become Muddy Waters. And he said it took him a while to,
like 3 months.
3 months to come out of Muddy Waters and become Columbus Short. Does that happen to you?
That's dope to know, because that was a dope character. Yeah. Shout out Short. He's a good dude.
Great dude.
Yeah, bro. Mayan for Creeper was huge. It was huge. For Creeper and with Mayans, it was huge. We had 6 seasons, pandemic in the middle of it. I fully embodied that character like I had never been able to fully embody. Because usually it's guest star roles. You fully embody it for 2 weeks, right? But I fully embodied this for 6 seasons, 6 years, 5 seasons, right? And that was the most amazing, nerve-wracking, scary, fucking awesome, very emotional. Balancing that with real life, you know what I'm saying? I'm still learning how to do real life after all these years, even though I'm clean and sober. I don't gangbang, none of that shit. I'm just a dad, right? Yeah. But I'm still learning those life, as we all are, right? But Creeper that was a complex character from the beginning, even though he was silent for the first 2.5 seasons, right? That was part of it, though. You learn the powers to be when it's written very, very grounded and beautifully laid. They peel back the onion slowly, right? And you get this beautiful thing to unfold, which I had no idea about. Again, learning process. You know about it because you learn about it, but to apply it for 5 seasons and get to watch other greats do it and watch their vulnerability, man, yeah, it was like, and I was clean and sober. Yeah. I wasn't partying, hitting all the parties as if I was still drinking. That's what I would. So it would have been even harder, right? But it was amazing.
So you took yourself out of the glitz and glamour of Creeper, the success story, because Mayans was, still to this day, it's still one of the dopest freaking series. You didn't go to the premieres or any of that type of stuff just because of the triggers? No,
I went to all that.
Okay.
I went to all that. Like everything. You can get fucked up all you want. I'm
Same.
right there with you, right?
Same.
I'm the same,
Yeah.
and I'm grateful for that. But it's because I don't go to the bars to frequent them.
Mhm.
You know, you hang around in a barbershop long enough, you're gonna get a haircut,
Of
right?
course.
So, but I have people I can call and talk to.
That's
if
dope.
this gets in the way of anything,
Mhm.
well, I'm calling you up, bro.
Mhm.
Or I'm sending you a text. Like I respect. I'm in recovery,
Yeah.
homeboy. Like
Same.
I'm coming up on 11 years. Like,
Yeah.
and I wear it on my sleeve. Like I'm very open because if you see me slip and you got a little love for me, call me out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Allow me to become aware, to hopefully become aware enough to make that choice of staying on the path.
That's dope.
But yeah, no, that's, and I think that was something huge because I got to establish for Creeper, not to take away from Gridiron Gang, excuse me, but
this is
I
good.
established Creeper was this fucking water bottle, bro. Because they wanted Creeper high, was an ex-dope. If you know, I'm really skinny. I lost 30 pounds on just a water diet
Mhm.
because that's what I wanted to bring to the table because they said Creeper was an ex-dope.
Mm.
So I'm usually healthy, bro. Like working out, like my mom thought I was sick. Like she thought I was using dope. And I was like, no, like I'm just water diet, chicken and rice. That was my shit. You know what I'm saying?
You lost 30 pounds for that.
Lost 30 pounds, bro. If you look at the first pictures, me and Richard Cabral, and we were at Fox, there's a picture of us. My cheeks are full, bro. Like skin ball. Like I was healthy. I was probably like 190 maybe. I got down to 159, bro. Like I got down. Was bad. Yes. But it was like, that's how much I was like, bro, you're giving me, somebody who looks like me, the opportunity. I'm going to bring it like they've never fucking seen it. I got so much insecurity, pain, and hurt in this heart. I want to prove to the world that we can be the best, even if it's a gangster, whatever. But Elgin James created, Kurt Sutter shout out, they changed my life, right? Elgin James created this character of Creeper to one of his great friends. And he allowed this vulnerability to me to show the real me. I'm goofy, bro. I'm nervous. I'm insecure. Like I just want love. That's the real Joey, not the fucking tough guy that's been to prison that is down for whatever or that is willing to be right. That's the hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
And he allowed Creeper to show in that. Like he allowed me to bring that to life in Creeper. And that's why I said the water, because who I am as Joseph is I'm sober. And that's the only reason I haven't fucked this up is because I'm sober.
Yep.
I would have fucked this up a long time ago, dog. And because I'm sober, they allowed that, and they even changed the thing. They put it Santo Padre water for copyrights in the show. It was so dope though, to where we cheersed to the Three Kings, and I cheersed water bottle, and that resonates with people that are. I mean, it's huge with people that are sober.
Yeah.
So it's allowed me a platform to communicate as me and you have, because we share that similarity,
We do,
which is a brotherhood, right? And that's the beauty anyways,
Yeah.
but that's
I love that you surrendered ego by sharing that with us. Thank you, by the way, because when you go into a mode of, excessiveness and overindulging like we did, but then you find healing because we were broken and unhealed individuals trying to find whatever that escape was. I don't know why I was escaping. I just, became successful. Didn't happen overnight, but once the success and the hit records and all that stuff, I started becoming a shell of myself because I wanted to indulge in everything. Fast life, drugs, alcohol. And I felt like when I became this individual who I am today, 19 years removed, sober, I found healing within telling my story and being an advocate for sobriety. Because a lot of us in the industry, we don't come out of it. We hear a lot of musicians going out. We hear a lot of TV stars and movie stars just done because of drugs and alcohol. And I find solace when I find individuals that have gone through that dark period, but find themselves to be able to use their art to express themselves and find that good medicine in our expression. It's powerful because we're here telling our viewers how powerful this is. We ain't got nothing to hide. It's not embarrassing. We're not trying to toot our own horn because we chose this path, but we're able to be inspiration to those that are battling addiction. When you were going through your addiction, did you feel down and out? Did you feel like you just said, fuck the world?
Not really. It's kind of like he says, you black out, right?
Mhm.
That's how it was. I was out of control, bro.
Yeah.
But I was in control
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't gangbanging, robbing nobody, shooting nobody. I was partying, drinking, partying with the best of them, like whatever that meant.
Was this during
You know what I'm
your rise to success, or this was before?
In the beginning, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't. Again, I wasn't worthy of any of this.
Yeah.
So I definitely didn't know how to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I thought partying, the Hollywood parties, bro. I mean, I probably haven't even been to any of the ones you've been to, right? Because you were a different level, but that was like, that's what Hollywood was supposed to be.
Yeah. Women,
partying, go to work. Like, or being in front of the TV, the camera.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, I don't gangbang. Like, all I do is drink. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
But that drinking, I become somebody else.
Yeah,
Bro.
same.
I become somebody else.
Yeah. And it led to powerful moments of understanding the vulnerability as a human being, because I'm insecure about certain things. But the bravado that I exuded when I was under that, it just put me on a level of like even more insecure when I was like coming off the high. And I'm glad that I could share this with my kids, because my kids are older now. My daughter, she's asked questions, but not really. But my 3 older kids, they're intuitive, and I talk to them as real as possible. That it's something that we battle. My dad was an alcoholic, my stepfather was an alcoholic, so just overcoming these obstacles. And I know this is a show about like giving flowers, but also like I want to keep it a buck with you guys. This is something that's sincere. Yes, we can talk about movies and television and nostalgia, but for me, this is therapy. And I tell you guys all the time, this is a therapeutic moment. Taboo's Comics and Kicks is not only about celebrating nostalgia and film and television, but it's also a moment for me to just look into the camera and give you a real piece of me. Authenticity, something that resonates with folks that may be going through obstacles. I'm a cancer survivor too, and I always talk about this because that's what made me the person I am today. Overcoming addiction, overcoming cancer, and just loving life, bro. The blessing. Going back to the genuine gratitude, right? These are those moments that I value. So, I'm just very grateful that you guys came on here to share your stories. I want to be able to go back to you, Jade, because we skipped over He Got Game. We got to talk about how important that freaking movie is. He Got Game, Ray Allen, Spike Lee, freaking Denzel. I mean, you got that at a very young age because you were playing Jesus's younger version, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take us on that journey. I want to know about that. How did that come about?
Man, first, y'all put me in a whole different mode. So, like, prayers up, you know what I'm saying? God bless, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, all of us, everybody in here, you know what I mean? Like, I feel you. I feel you, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It's a tough one, and you know what I'm saying? And I hear you, you know what I'm saying? How it could be inspiring to others and all of that. Like, prayers up to all the positivity and productivity for that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm here fighting still and pushing and got that motor in the same direction. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm always here for anything. Love and bless y'all. He Got Game, Jesus Shuttlesworth. It was funny. I did a few basketball commercials and stuff before then, like New Balance and Nike and Kobe Bryant, like just basketball. So the movie came about, was an audition. I remember me and Shorty Red, the same guy played Shorty played Booger in the movie, the cousin. We was at the audition and I could hear him in there, and I don't know if he could hear me in there, but I'm sure then we got in there, we made noise together, and Spike brought us downstairs and we got some KFC. Then we go across the street. And he shows us who the basketball trainer gonna be. He's like, you got the part. And that was that. Next thing you know, I'm on set, Denzel in the trailer next door. You know what I mean? We doing our thing, regular. Get to the cameras and time to dance. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I was always sharp. Like I was sitting there at the scene, just a little inside, how sharp I be. But or how it was at this time. There was a picture at the table scene behind us, and it had the older version of Ray Allen. And even at 14 years old, I'm like, before we start shooting, you know what I'm saying? I let Denzel know, like, hey, because like you said, continuity, it's gonna fuck up continuity. I can't be the older version of myself in the movie with the younger version. It's gonna get cut. I ain't trying to be cut. You know what I'm saying?
So you brought it up to them, right?
I let Denzel know. He took the credit for it.
Yeah.
Told Spike, hey.
Good old Denzel.
You know what I'm saying?
That's situational awareness.
Yeah, it is.
That's good
for sure,
shit.
bro. He's seeing the
But,
aesthetics.
I don't know, man. That's why I laugh. I don't know. I feel weird. Like I know a lot about the certain part of the industry, like the acting. That part is just feels weird to know so much.
Being a student of all the aspects of it, huh? What was Denzel like? I mean, bro, like that's like a freaking golden moment to be able to at 14 be with the GOAT, freaking Denzel. Is this prime Denzel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what, 99 maybe?
98?
Mm-hmm. I honestly felt like he was similar. Like we were very similar in our approach and everything, you know. Like we'll be on set, be there, but be kind of like in a little corner in a little, you know what I mean? Like we kind of protect our little bubble a little bit. But we still there, you know what I mean? The right people talk to us, boom, 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 boom. But you know, I just felt like it was very similar in that aspect, you know, the way we approached and went through it at all was just very, very, just very natural.
Any moments that really stick out for you? Like any scenes
because other actors or other people have different ways sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like you'll be on set with somebody and they're just talking and laughing and with everybody on set, and then they're like, all right, ready, action. Then they just jump right in and they're crying and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's different styles of approach, you know what I'm saying, that I've seen. And that's all I point out. I felt like we were similar in that aspect.
In the delivery of how you get prepared.
But that helped me moving on because I felt like, all right, I seen enough people at supposed level that people in high regards, you know what I'm saying, that I feel like I'm similar to. So like if anybody would question or try to say anything or whatever, it's like, I know better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Out of all those films, what was your favorite character to play?
Honestly, probably Snow Day. It's a Nickelodeon movie. I got away to Canada, and it was just fun to get away because I was with my mom, and
Snow
I
Day?
got out of high school, and then it was just like all fun.
Tacuba?
That's Snow Dogs you thinking of.
Okay.
Snow Day was Chevy Chase, Chris
Chase,
Elliott,
yes.
Chili was in there. She made an appearance.
Wow.
Iggy Pop was in there. It was just
I gotta check that out. Snow Date with my daughter, bro.
Mark Webber. Shout out to Mark Webber. He's got a movie. He's gonna be doing
You
with.
saw
It came out when I was 10 years old.
I just seen it. He's doing with the guy. I forgot the name. Day and Night. Who's his name? Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi?
Mark, shout out to Mark Webber. He got something coming with the bro.
That's dope.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just you stay in contact with whoever's just, you know, like me and him.
Yep.
Still connected with Mark. You know, did that when I was 14.
Yeah. What about you? What was your favorite character to play?
I don't know, man. It's to play Chavez in Gridiron Gang was pretty epic because football was, I've always wanted to, like I didn't grow up playing soccer because I didn't speak Spanish. So I played basketball, football, and baseball. Like, people will be like, they'll talk, whatever. I played at a different level. And I learned that from my peers. Because they would be like, oh shit, this essay got wheels. Like this would football was just something different, but I went left. So Gridiron Gang to play Chavez was, because we really played ball. Yeah. Like you had, what was I feel bad. I should have double checked. Our stunt coordinator, good dude, man.
Oh, you talking about
big dude. Really.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
We had ex-NFL guys.
If I think of the name, I'll bring it up.
What NFL guys were on set? You remember?
I had a few.
There was a couple running backs.
Shout out to Sir Parker. I know he did
Parker,
some
he was
community
running back
style work,
for
kind of like Sean Porter and
running back for
in
the
this
Chargers
movie.
for a minute. That was they had a lot of USC guys. Like everybody was a professional.
Yeah.
So like they were blasting each other,
Mm-hmm.
like real game speed, everything. It was dope, and that shit gets you in again, making the scene as real as possible. That's gonna orchestrate realness. You know what I'm saying? Like so, everybody working in concert with each other, you get a product as you did with the Gridiron Gang, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? But to actually know what it actually brings together, that's why to me, football, that movie was probably the best. And they cut out all my speaking roles.
Yeah.
I didn't care. It put me on the cover, dog. Like, and that was like, I felt, am I not worthy? Because
Right.
you didn't, there's guys that are, I was like number probably 20 something on the fucking call sheet,
Mhm.
right? You had guys 1 through 10 that weren't on that. And I was like, wow. But I think it was a testament to the realness of, I think, because I came from the streets. And it's humbling. It's humbling as shit. Like still to this day, like I still
Incredible
chill.
what I seen this man do on set.
That's dope.
Because he didn't really have like a main part yet. I gotta keep it 100.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta keep it 100. So it was incredible because like he'd be all in the mix, like he'd be all in, but it was genuine. Like I had love. It was love. Like dude was like, you know what I mean. It was just, I don't know. It was weird, bro. Because I mean, he's sitting in director's chairs and shit.
Sitting in director's chair. I was meant to be here.
I done seen
yeah.
leads get kicked out of the,
Yeah.
kicked from behind the monitors and
Yeah.
shit.
And Phil Jama wasn't somebody to play with.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, I mean, years later, I'm looking back like, wow. Like, maybe then I didn't realize, but looking back, like,
Mhm.
it's amazing to see somebody be able to, you know what I'm saying?
Maneuver it like that.
Maneuver
Yeah,
it like that. Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? So a lot of time people ask me, hey, how do I become
He's
an
out there
actor?
yelling, cut.
How do I?
No,
Do it over.
How do I become an actor? I said, honestly, I think one of the best bets is, you know what I mean, go and do background, try to get in that world, you know what I mean, be in the mix and, you know, just play it right. And you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you got the right look and stuff and boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? They going to see you for something.
Yeah.
They, you know,
One of the
They
unsung
can.
heroes
Yeah.
of the movie.
and you want to be in the mix. Not in that mix. Where you going? How you going to convince an agent to send you out
Yep.
with no resume?
Because you couldn't do what you do now.
Yeah.
There was no
I'm Jade York. I had a reference from Spike Lee. Still got a hard time with agents representing.
I like that.
You know,
I was gonna say one of the unsung heroes, not to take anything from these two gentlemen, but one of the unsung heroes that was very I guess you could say like the coolest factor of the movie was the water boy. What was his name?
Adam Sandler?
No, the kid that was playing the water boy.
The water boy in your
that's
movie.
Brandon.
Bug.
Brandon.
Yeah. So I love
Shout out
this
to
character.
Brandon. He
'cause-
gonna be on the new Snowfall. Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
got cast in
That's
New
our
Snowfall,
dog.
yeah.
So that kid, the fact that Rock was like, "Yo, we don't have a position for you,
That's my
but
little brother right there.
you could
bro.
be water
Shout out
boy."
my little brother.
And he's like, "Yeah, I want to be that." Right? Like he jumped to being part of the team without actually playing on the field. And I love that. I love that his character was about facilitating whatever job came, as long as I could contribute to this team, I want to be a part of. And that's a testament to the writing too.
But it reminds me a little bit of how they did it with what was the movie we were talking about with Chris Lofton? His kid movie.
Hardball.
Right, with the little kid.
Keanu?
No, with the little kid too, he wasn't big enough to be on the team.
Oh, but they made it in the Bad Boy.
Yeah, when he got killed too.
Oh, yeah. That was with Michael B. Jordan.
What was his name?
You talking about?
You probably know that one.
And which are you
I don't
talking
know.
about?
He's talking about
you talking about
Hardball.
The Wire? Maybe.
No, Hardball.
He's talking about
Hardball.
But the little boy that dies.
He gets shot. Remember the
G Baby.
G-Baby,
character
yes.
name.
Everybody's
Yeah.
crying
Shout
when
out to
G-Baby
Chris.
died.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Chris Lofton, y'all.
Yeah,
Killing it on
Power.
Power.
New
Wow.
That's right. That's right.
Another
That's
one.
right.
Another
That's
mic
right.
drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Chris, my boy
but when
Chris, he
G-Baby
knows.
died, but that was like a similar scenario, right? It was like couldn't be on the team. He wasn't old enough or something, right?
Yeah.
And so Keanu let him, be like the Bat Boy or some shit like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was dope.
Yeah.
That was a dope scene.
Yeah, for sure. We appreciate you guys, man. This
Shout
has
out
been
Chris
awesome.
Lofton.
All the way around. All the way around. Yeah,
We got
everybody
that
get shout
TJ
outs,
nights,
man.
my boy.
It's a
Yeah.
small world.
I want to say sometimes you come across individuals that you feel like you've known for a long time and you want to build even more kinship, more brotherhood. I want to take time to say it's been an honor and a pleasure getting to know you guys, hearing your stories. And I hope that I can incorporate you in a softball game that I'm doing in August. I changed it from April to August. We're playing to benefit the Altadena Softball League, which were affected by the fires of Altadena. And I would love to consider you guys part of my team as an all-star team to be able to give back to that community. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, hell yeah. As long as I get to swing the bat.
I'm in there.
Yeah?
I'm in there. He gonna be hitting home runs. I mean,
Nah, I just wanna
he's
swing.
him, but baseball,
Yeah.
softball, that's his alley.
I
Yeah.
got Emilio to sign off on it. So,
lefty.
If we, lefty. Shout out
Lefty.
to Emilio.
It's my boy right there.
Oh
That's-
man, it'll
yeah.
be an honor, man, and I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, my
You know,
brother.
I feel like similar to what he said. You know what I'm saying? A little bit like sometimes you don't feel like, not that you don't feel worthy, or you just don't seem to see like that happen.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
that
yeah.
connection happen where people look and be like, oh, hey, let me reach out in
Mhm.
this way or that way. So I appreciate that,
Yeah, I
fam.
appreciate you
You know what I'm
guys.
saying?
B,
That's
Word
it,
up.
man. Beautiful. Appreciate
Word
you,
up.
Joe. You know,
Yeah,
you
man.
my
No, you
dog,
know,
man.
Brian.
Hopefully,
It's
one
love.
day soon I'll be able to
Appreciate it.
do the same. We'll be able to keep that shit going,
Yo.
man. And having a blast, but helping good causes.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? That's what it's
Yep.
all about.
I was affected by the
For
fires,
sure.
but we want to give back and make sure that we use our platforms and our voices to advocate for people that need that help. And we've been blessed again. So I want to say thank you from the bottom of our heart. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Jade and Joey. That's right, y'all. It's Taboo Nawasha, and I hope you enjoyed geeking out with me and going straight into geek mode. For more information, for more videos, subscribe, like, and comment. Share it with your friends. Much love. There it is.